there are substantial risks at this point in Greece, and time is very short. By June 30, Greece has to repay 1.5 billion to the IMF, and also the current program will end. However, the two sides have not been converging towards a deal, and the probability of having a last-minute deal at this point is very small because the two sides are far apart. So at this point, it's quite likely that we're going to see a deterioration of the situation in Greece in the next few weeks. Indeed, the withdrawal of deposits has accelerated, economic indicators have started worsening, and even if somehow they find a way to kick the can down the road after June 30, Greece has to repay 3.5 billion to the ECB on July 20. So our scenario at this stage is that it is very likely that Greece will enter a gray zone in which the sovereign will default. They might be forced to introduce capital controls, but this is not Grexit yet because the government will still be able to continue paying pensions and wages. We don't expect Grexit because the vast majority of the Greek population wants Greece to stay in the Eurozone. But obviously, if we enter this gray zone after default and capital controls, risks will increase substantially. Sometime this fall, Greece will have to decide either to go back to the negotiating table or to exit the Eurozone. To have a solution now or a few months down the road, both sides need to compromise substantially. The Greek government will need to commit to reforms and a credible plan for further fiscal consolidation. The European side will have to acknowledge that the Greek debt is unsustainable and to provide debt relief. An ideal scenario will be that Greece will get debt relief gradually, conditional on reform implementation. Definitely, the European economy and the global economy, they're not as vulnerable as at the peak of the Eurozone crisis back in 2012. So risks for contagion are smaller, but definitely they are there. We do not believe that the market has priced such a negative scenario for Greece. So in the short term, we believe it will be a risk-off market move that will have negative implications for European equities, for European rates, particularly in the periphery, and up to an extent for emerging markets. However, we believe that will be a short-term market impact. We expect the European authorities to step in to support market confidence, to promise that they will do whatever it takes to address contagion. So this might actually become a buying opportunity. We believe that the negative impact on the euro will be more sustained because the way for the ECB to address contagion will be more QE, or at least a promise that the QE can last longer and can be more. So from this point of view, the impact on the euro will be more sustained. Beyond the short term, in the long term, particularly if we see a Grexit scenario, a lot will depend on whether the Eurozone without Greece comes closer together or moves further apart.